welcome, welcome. Remember, in the world of horror and horror movies, it's not just ghosts and killers with chainsaws that we have to fear. Sometimes it's nature itself turning against us. It's time to talk about the scary beasts and the scary things they do. These crawling, brawling, hairy, berry beasts are all around us at all times. And sometimes we can't see them. There could be a poisonous spider in your shoe right now. If you're from Australia, there's like a 90 to 97% chance that there is a poisonous spider in your shoe right now. In fact, I think everything in Australia is venomous and poisonous, so don't eat it or get bitten. From the jaws of sharks to worms. Wait, I got worms? Nice! These are not your pets. These creatures haunt your dreams and they hunt your screams. It's a rock. Spoilers for these movies, wherever I decide to put them, they're going to be floating by my face somewhere. I don't really know how to do chapters. I'm not good at YouTube. I'm an old head, so, there's only so much I can do. You're lucky this is in color. So, let's go. "47 Meters Down" from 2017. On vacation in Mexico, two sisters step into a very, very dilapidated looking shark cage. Like, you'd not have to be just a thrill seeker to step into this thing. You'd have to be like part idiot, part thrill seeker, all 47 meters down. Yeah. And they find the cage falls to the bottom of the ocean, and with oxygen dwindling and sharks circling, they've got to survive. This one is one that has a fairly bad reputation with people. I think I'm one of the few people really championing it. And I think a lot of that has to do with this one scene that really hit right for me. They're desperately trying to get to the top. They lose their flair. It's like the perfect explanation of how darkness in horror works.
Got it!
Just 3 more minutes.
It's hiding something and then revealing it. And here you get that, and it is bad news bears for her. The Beyond, 1981. When a woman inherits an old hotel in Louisiana, she does not know that it is over one of the 7 portals to hell. There's a lot of people inheriting stuff in these horror movies. It seems to be a plot, getting people to a place. Hey, you inherited something. Everything's good until it isn't. In this case, it's really just an excuse for zombies and gore, and I'm here for it. For me, it isn't like the eye gouging and all the other horrible stuff in it that really got me. It was the spiders in the scene where the man is paralyzed and the spiders are coming towards him. Just that inevitability of them approaching, and knowing that he can't survive it.
And director Lucio Fulci knew he had something because he milked it for a long time.
Apparently I'm not the only one who liked the scene. Editor Bob Murawski included clips from it in the original Spider-Man movie. Murawski was working on the Anchor Bay version of the DVD of The Beyond when he was also editing Raimi's movie, and just kind of made sense for him to put him in, and whatever licensing deal came together, and he just threw a couple little clips of those spiders into. So that's kind of cool too. But it works better in The Beyond, a little scarier than it is in the superhero movie. Shocking, I know. The Birds, 1963. Chaos descends onto a small coastal town when flocks of birds inexplicably begin killing people. Doing a horror movie list without including Hitchcock is kind of odd. If I made this list in 1959, it would be weird to include him at all. But, in 1963, he made The Birds. He made birds sitting on a playground, watching you, doing nothing, watching you. Scary.
This is another one where it's all about the slow build. Just birds slowly landing on this thing more and more. Blackwater, 2007. On a holiday excursion into Australia's mangrove swamps, A recreational boat capsizes, leaving 3 tourists stranded on these trees above the black water, this muddy water which holds a crocodile. They're being hunted by the apex predator of the area, and they've got to stay above the water and alive.
Is probably not a movie that's really remembered by people outside of real creature feature aficionados. I am a creature feature aficionado. Later on this list, you're going to see Jaws. No shock there. And I don't know if that was probably the one that brought me into the fold. This one, though, it's not a perfect film by any means, but it's so effective. The idea of black water, like there's something in the water's black, you can't see it, is really, it's effective horror. That's why it's on the list. That's why it exists. That's what it is. It's there somewhere.
Creepshow, 1982. An homage to the EC Comics Tales from the Crypt comics of the 50s. It's both creepy and humorous. It really blends them quite well. Also, it's got a cameo in the wraparound story by the author of Lock and Key, so that's a pretty good get right there. It's directed by the guy who did Jack's Wife, and it's written by the guy who wrote Faithful from 2004, the book on the Boston Red Sox. So I don't know how they managed to get this guy in it, but good job on that. It relies a lot on jump scares and sometimes just the ugliness of the monsters, since the people themselves are not very likable.
It was a jump scare that got me in this one.
I swear to God, you'll be wearing your balls for earrings. And I swear to God, if you ever touch...
And it's fluffy like popping out. At least for young me, that was a good jump. Deep Blue Sea, second best shark movie ever made.
A team of scientists genetically enhancing the intelligence of sharks, always a good idea, find themselves in a slowly flooding lab when the sharks break out and begin to hunt them.
I feel like Samuel L. Jackson's big death scene is probably maybe a wahoo moment for some people.
Now you've seen how bad things can get and how quick they can get that way. Well, they can get a whole lot worse.
But for me, I jumped out of my skin. Like, it was unexpected.
We're going to pull together and we're going to find a way to get out of here. First, we're going to seal off this
I was not cheering for his death until afterwards when I realized how pompous he was. But when it happened, it was scary. Steven Spielberg's seminal classic, Jaws, from 1975.
The serene island town of Amity is terrorized by a great white shark, prompting the local police sheriff, a marine biologist, and a grizzled old fisherman to hunt down the shark in turn.
I mean, it kind of had to make this list, if for no other reason than it's excellent, certainly for the reason that I was like the right age for it, or certainly the right age to see commercials for it on TV and become obsessed with it for years before I actually watched it. There's a story that Steven Spielberg tells that he felt like he went to the well too often. The scene where the dead body pops out in the boat was added later on, and he felt like it kind of, by putting in a second jump scare, he hurt his movie. But that doesn't matter to me. The biggest scare for me is the sort of POV of the shark cruising by Michael in the water, in the pond.
Michael's in the pond.
Like, at this point in the movie, all bets were off and kid killing was on the table. So that kid was potentially going to die, which doesn't happen in too many movies. Kids are very much protected, and in this movie you knew he wasn't, and he could be the next to go.
2007 Rogue. When a group of tourists in Australia stumble into the remote territory of a crocodile, they find themselves trapped on a mud island as the water slowly rises and the sun slowly sets. We're back in Australia we're dealing with crocodiles. I made a joke about Australia. I'm sorry, Australia. You guys, you're not what they make you out to be, I'm sure. But we've got another deadly animal from your continent. This one is really about just knowing something's there, knowing what it can do, and just letting your imagination run away with you. The scene where she is on the rope climbing out is just perfectly set up.
Just move, Miriam! There's two people behind you! Move!
Yeah, Sharon, here. Right behind you. Right behind you, Sharon. Keep going.
Come
Squirm, 1976. An electrical storm knocks over power lines that shock these worms that live in the ground and turning them into larger and more aggressive forms of these worms, which attack the small town of Fly Creek. Squirm is one of those Sunday afternoon kind of movies, like a Shawshank Redemption for horror fans, for me at least. I would be flicking through the channels and it would be on and I'd watch the rest of it. It's also one of my favorites from the When Animals Attack week on TV. They do a bunch of TV movies themed around that. And you know, you get your bees, you get your ants, a lot of tarantulas, Tarantula the Deadly Cargo, that kind of thing. But Squirm, Killer Worms, it was a nice change of pace after all of that other stuff. You've got the ugly faces of the worms. You've got the Rick Baker effect with the worms. There's a lot of creepy, gory, gross things in this. But what really got me, what really stuck with me as a kid at least, is the scene with the shower. You're at your most vulnerable. You're naked. It's as good as Psycho for me for shower scenes.
That was it. 9 of the scariest movie where the beasts of the earth try to make you the feast of their table. If you watched this far, leave me a like. If you want more of this kind of thing, subscribe. And if there's something I forgot, a movie that you think should have made this list, leave me a comment. Maybe I'll make another list. Thanks for watching. Bye.